Today is the 2nd of October and it's a continuing update for sterling US dollar, and it's nigh on a year ago that the last video that I recorded regarding this currency pair was placed onto YouTube for people to have a look at, and that date is around the 7th of October and the 8th of October. But there was some video or a video that was captured on the 7th of October, and it had identified this decline here as a 5-wave decline, and if I just go into the daily chart, that's actually labeled on this particular chart here, and it was that overnight very large decline and then the instant reversal. And the video coverage on the 7th of October last year, which is on YouTube for people to look at, really highlighted one or two questions, and it identified this as a 5-wave decline, and it said or stated there were two possibilities. One is that this 5-wave decline would be corrected and there would be further declines, and the second option is that the high of this 5-wave decline would be taken out to the upside, and that is actually what has taken place over the last year. And it also mentioned how this 5-wave decline fits in with the present structure, and it's been a long time coming and a lot of questions over the past 12 months, but this is now the monthly chart of sterling US dollar. And if we look at the monthly chart, we can see we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you need to look at that in a weekly chart to see how that breaks down. In fact, which we will actually have a look at that just so you can see. So this is the high. Let's just make sure we're at the ultimate high. Sorry, beg your pardon. This is the high in sterling US dollar, which is recorded in July 14, which you can see here is on the monthly chart as well, July 14. And the way that this first wave breaks down is a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, ABC, 4 and 5. And if you draw a trend line from wave 2 to wave 4 and project from 3, it catches that 5th wave perfectly there. So we have that labeled as a 1, 2, 1, 2 on the monthly chart. And then the decline then breaks down as 1, 2, then a further 5-wave decline for wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for wave 3, and wave 3, which is from here to here, is exactly 161.8 of this first wave to the downside. And what's taken place since that last identified 5-wave decline into the low is a correction which has taken 12 months, and that could be labelled as an A for 3 waves up, ABC, ABCB, 1, 2, 3, ABC, 4, and then this 5th wave to the upside. And if I drill down to a daily chart, we can see that we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 3, 4 and 5 possibly. This correction and this final 5th wave is very unclear on an intraday basis. This could also be labelled as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, A, B, C. So this 5th wave may not be complete at this particular junction. But irrespective, on a much longer term time frame, we do have indeed a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for wave 3, nigh on a 50% retracement for wave 4. If that wave 4 is complete, if we draw a trend line again as was completed in the first wave from wave 2 to wave 4 and project from 3 and have a look at that, we can have some targets. Now the 5th wave may come down here even towards parity within this currency pair. That would be something in the region of 2.5 to 3,000 pips to the downside if this 4th wave is indeed complete. And I think an element that would identify that as complete is a break of below 127.9, which would be this 4th wave low of our ABC. And what makes that much clearer is if I just take this candlestick chart and put that to a line on close. My system's going to catch up with us. There we go. So this is the 5-wave decline. We would have a 3-wave A, B, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, A, B, C, and look at the C wave in a daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that final 5th wave, possibly, if it is a 5th wave, and again a trend line from 2 to 4 projected from 3, and the market has reached that and is now declining. Now that decline remains to be seen if that is the start of what would be labelled as intermediate wave 5. That is not at this moment in time 100% clear. So this could be labelled possibly as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to the downside. That could also be a C wave of a 4th wave. So there are question marks over this final completion here. What would add a great deal of evidence is a break of this 4th wave correction here, which is seen here on the daily chart. So it's very much worth keeping a very close eye on this currency pair to see if indeed this 5th wave is indeed now underway. So from what was identified a year ago as the completion of a 5-wave decline was exactly correct. 2 alternatives. One was a correction of this 5 and then further declines. That is not what's taken place. This entire 5 has now been corrected with a 12-month correction, which what could be labelled as an A, B, C. But as I mentioned, that 4th wave is yet to be understood if indeed that is complete. It is the break of the 4th wave of the C wave, which this price level here and here on the weekly chart, that would add a great deal of evidence that would then point towards the 5th wave being underway. So it's really a matter of continuing to watch and update and see if that is indeed what's taking place, and to keep a close eye on sterling US dollar and look to see if this key level starts to break, and then you could see a very large decline if that 5th wave is indeed completed. We'll continue to watch and update and see how this position unfolds.